Not sure how to serve bread safely? Don't quite know what to look for when it comes to bread? Today, I'll walk you through it all. Hi there, I'm Renee D'Andrea with New Ways Nutrition, and today we're going to talk all about how to safely serve bread to your baby. There are lots of different stories and pieces of advice I've heard floating around out there. So today we're going to kind of sum up bread and give you a good overview of it and how to do it safely. We're going to focus on the texture of it and how to serve it today. If you're interested in the nutrition side of it, check out this video on the best bread for your babies. And if you'd like more help like this, make sure you check out my Starting Solids course, where I walk you through not only what to feed your baby, but how to do it in a way that will help them establish a great relationship with food and help meals to be enjoyable for everyone. So first, let's start by saying all breads aren't equal. If your idea of bread is a piece of white gummy sandwich bread, kind of like Wonder Bread, and you're worried about bread being a choking hazard for your baby, then you're pretty spot on. When you have a fluffy white bread like this, even if you toast it, it easily balls up and can get gummy with saliva. And that is incredibly hard for babies to handle. And it's somewhat dangerous. So I would really avoid the fluffy white sandwich style bread for a while. It's going to depend on their developmental progress with eating, but probably closer to 18 months to 2 years at the earliest, I'd say. So if we're avoiding the white breads, what is better? You might think that whole wheat bread would be, and in some cases you'd be correct, but keep in mind that some wheat breads have a similar texture to white sandwich breads. We want to avoid anything that, even toasted, will gum up into a ball. The types of bread I prefer are the more kind of artisanal breads, like this cracked wheat one that I have here that I can get locally in my stores here. You don't want it to have a thick, crunchy crust, but this style of bread tends to have thicker air bubbles that are much less gummy. You can see it just by pressing down there. So another great option out there is the no knead recipe from the New York Times, if you feel like making your own. A little tip there for you. My other favorite bread choice is a sprouted bread, like this one from Ezekiel. Even untoasted, you can see that it's really not super gummy like the white bread was. And I generally prefer to start with this cracked wheat style bread here and then graduate to incorporating this Ezekiel bread, but it's okay to give it a try with your baby and pay attention to how they handle it and then adjust accordingly. Okay, so now that we have the breads we want to use, let's talk about toasting them. We want them hard enough that they don't gum up or bend, but not too hard that they're impossible for them to eat. Needing to work at it a bit to gum them is fine, but you don't want them so frustrated that they give up because they can't get any bread off. So let's walk through this. I've been toasting the cracked wheat and the Ezekiel here, so let's check them out. All right, so you can see here that this one, it's pretty solid, and this is exactly how we want it. We don't want it to be floppy when they're eating it, but we also don't want it to be so hard that it breaks off and then it's hard for them to actually chew that. So we want kind of the happy medium like this. Same thing, you can see this one here. So it's fairly solid, but it's not hard enough that we're going to get any chunks, if that helps. You can kind of see it's still soft inside, but the outside is hard enough to keep it substantial. So we're really looking for that happy medium, and that is what you want to aim for when you're toasting your bread. So you can use that knowledge to test out any piece of bread, and you'll want to keep continuing to toast bread for your baby for a while. You can gradually make it less toasted and see how your child responds. And that's really how you'll know if you can make it softer for them. So before we end, I do want to encourage you to serve your bread with something on it. I've got an entire blog post I'll link for you in the description below to give you ideas of what you can put on toast. But no matter what you choose, adding something to the top of bread can help to kind of lubricate it a bit and just make it easier for your baby to eat, no matter the texture. So with that, I'll see you next time.